Formerly of Mark and Brian. You're listening to the M25 show, which kind of sucks. Mine are good. Mark and Linda, Daddy versus Daughters. But since you're listening anyway, here it is, the M25 show.
All right. Welcome back to the M25 show. My name's Albert.
My name is Eddie.
And I'm Steve.
And good morning, everybody.
75% of the show.
Good morning.
Eddie's back. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm good.
Good.
Eddie's back from Tijuana.
I wish.
Eddie partying down south of the border.
No, nothing like that.
I don't know what to tell you, Eddie. Glad to see you. Glad to see you're back.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sure the audience is happy to see him back too.
Oh, is this shit starting to freeze again?
Yep, you're starting to freeze.
Oh, good. Maybe we can end the show early. I'm not in the mood for this shit today.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Hold on,
Eddie.
folks. Tune in later on the podcast. I put a best of on.
Yes. Sometimes you just gotta say, what is that movie? What is that movie with the S.E. Hinton movie? They made a movie with Emilio Estevez and
Young Guns?
no, not S.E. Hinton. What's the matter with you? Remember the guy? You go. Sometimes you just gotta say, "Fuck it."
The Mighty Ducks?
I hope not, Eddie.
He told the kids that.
The kids, sometimes you just gotta say,
Say,
"Fuck it."
You know, just hit the hawks with a stick.
Oh gosh, no, Eddie, not that one. Sorry,
Not that movie.
no. I don't know. It'll be all right. I don't. You know what? I don't even care. I
We
don't
can
even
tell.
care. I mean, if it happens, it happens. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll take a break when it freezes. Eddie, you like breaks, don't you?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know what it is. I was having problems with my internet, like on Friday. It was Friday or Saturday, I think. It kept buffering. Yeah, I don't know what the heck was going on.
Maybe something's going on because it was good. It's been good for a while. Really good. Maybe it's just maybe it's the weather.
Maybe because
Could
the
be.
list is not here. Internet doesn't
could
want to work hard.
Speaking of people at the workplace, you guys know, have you
Yes.
ever in the past just people that are worthless,
Yes.
just straight worthless?
And who think they're the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for me, this place wouldn't function. But they own.
Yep. And I have a few of those. There's,
I'm
No name, Steve.
not gonna give names, but God, I'm going to I know some people. I don't have very many friends, but I just know acquaintances. Especially people that work at like I can't even say this because there's some people that work at certain places that are good. Then there's other people that come from the same places, and they're shit. They know everything.
Yep.
Oh, if I was in charge of this, I would have this business cleaned up, and I would be running on all 12 cylinders.
I'll be the
Yeah.
CEO.
And they can't even handle their own job that they're doing at that moment.
Right. Can't even do their work right.
Yeah, they can't do their work, but they could if they were in somebody else's position higher. Oh, they would have everything fixed.
Yep.
Oh, everything. It makes
And
me
you-
sick because I
and
know
you-
people like that.
Any of that means they'll just take care of the buddies,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll do less work. The buddies will do less work, and you, the stiff, you'll be doing everything.
Yep.
Why they sit there and tell you don't do nothing?
It makes me. It just. God. I don't like it, Eddie. It makes me
frustrating,
It
huh?
makes me ill. Yeah.
Frustrating, huh?
No, it's not frustrating. It's just when I look at them or that person or
They.
whoever,
They.
Mm-hmm.
it just like, oh my God. It makes I don't even talk to them when I see them or
Yeah.
once I get that they just and then they don't like to work.
Nobody likes to work anymore. It's just like
Well,
you
you
have
know
to.
what? I
Well,
mean,
nobody ever really liked to work. I mean,
Yeah.
they just knew. You know what? This is part of life. You got to go to work to make your money and live.
yeah, I wouldn't be at a workplace just because I like people. I mean, I'm there to get paid. You
Right.
know, people got this wrong somewhere along the lines. It's like it's cool to hang out with people, but they think like, oh well, you just show up to work. Like we don't get paid. We're just happy because we like to see people's faces. No, we're there to make a page to get money, but work for it too. And that's it. If you didn't pay me,
And be fair, you're freezing up. But you don't mind working, but you want to do other people's work too, and they get paid.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
mind
I guess.
working. I actually enjoy what I do, but yeah, sometimes it's
well, if they didn't pay me, Eddie, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
here. I wouldn't
yeah.
be here. I'm sorry. Maybe you would work for free, but not me.
no, I wouldn't work for free, but I enjoy what I do.
Well,
Yeah, we
you
didn't
know
have to.
what?
If we didn't have to work a M25 show 7 days a week,
Hey,
we'd be here having fun.
If I was Eddie, I know you're saying I don't mind work either.
Yeah.
If I'm getting paid, hey, I'll learn to like it.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if I don't like it, you still got to do it. You got to make a living.
Gotta make a
But you're
living.
not going to catch me unless it's something like trying to do something on your, like a business or something. You're trying to build your own business or you got to put in your time and your money or your
Yeah.
free time.
You got to do the extra work.
Something that you love,
Mm-hmm.
then okay, that's okay. But if you're just going to waste 8 to 10, 12 hours to go hang out with some fuddy-duddy people that are working for checks and you're just rolling in there for free,
Yeah.
that ain't happening. I got to be like an actor with
that are
with
allegedly.
Scott Hamm, and then I'll do that shit for free because he's a good dude, But
Yeah.
like if I was acting with you guys, hell no, I wouldn't show up for your movie. So you got me all upset now.
If Eddie and I were getting paid for these streams and podcasts, and you weren't, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. You know what? That's lucky for you two, and it's lucky for Scott because we would have a show today.
Well, there would be
Okay,
an
look it,
M25
I gotta
show.
calm down.
No Steve.
Gotta calm down. Okay, I'm in a good mood now.
Take a
Now I'm in a
breath.
good mood because I'm thinking about because we have Scott coming on, and I watched a movie that he did, and I really like it. First, when I was watching, I was like, "Damn!" Then when it was over, I was thinking about it the next few days. I was like, that movie stuck in my head, and that's a good thing, right? When a movie sticks in your head.
Yeah.
And you
means
know
you
what? I
enjoyed it.
apologize, guys, because I didn't share it with you because I didn't ask Scott. And next time he makes a movie and he sends me a copy, I'm going to ask him so I can send it. But I know I've sent you guys copies before, and and then I asked Eddie, how did you like the movie? He didn't watch it, and then I look like an asshole in front of our guest. So I don't know where to go. See, like I'm saying, in the workplace, I can't win. Can't win. We got actors that come on, send us sneak peeks of a movie, and I send it to you guys. And what do? You
Yeah,
have a
'cause
live show, and I go, "How'd you guys like the movie?"
you send it at 2 a.m. the morning before the show.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
we can't watch it right before the show.
No, don't even start. But anyway, Scott's coming on, and Randy, I don't even want to hear you in the comments right now. I'll talk to you later. I'm
Is
just
Randy,
having. I'm
is,
having.
is Randy who you're talking about?
No, I'm very upset.
Don't worry, we know who you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
No.
You're upset because people don't pull their weight.
Okay, hold on. We gotta breathe here.
Eddie, just calm down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna breathe. We're having a good show. I'm not gonna. You guys, I know what you're doing. Both of you
I
try to take me down like hyenas, and you're not gonna do it today. You see, when I'm suffering, you both jump on me.
I get it, Steve.
Where's
People
Alyssa?
don't pull their
at?
weight,
See,
and
only
it's
when
frustrating.
Alyssa's here, she protects
Steve,
me. But
Steve Dugan here. You
oh,
won't turn
God,
against
here we
me.
go with the Dugans. Oh, okay. Scott Hamm.
We're your friends, Steve. Just remember that.
Oh my! You see, when somebody tells you, they look you square in the eye and say they're your friends. People, if you're listening on the podcast or the stream, be very careful. Be very careful because when they.
Yeah, I can attest that. Steve's told me he's my friend many times.
I've never said you're my friend.
Especially when you want me to give you bad advice.
No.
I'm coming to you. You're my friend. Yeah. Forget you. You make your own decisions.
People watching the show don't think just because we're doing a show every week that we're hanging out, drinking beers, and buddying around. Hell no, we don't.
There's a reason we're on our own boxes far away
Yes.
from each other.
As soon as the show's over, I'm out of here.
The best thing that ever happened for Steve was the pandemic. Getting us out of the studio.
We used to get together in the studio, and now we don't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a whole nother show. We'll talk about that later. We got some good stuff to talk about.
Therapy is after the guest.
Yes. Okay, so we got our guest coming back. He's got a new movie coming out. I believe, I don't want to say the wrong date. Scott, I see you, Scott. Is it May 7th? Can you shake your head, yes or no? Okay, May 7th, he has a new movie coming out. Scott Hamm, let me make sure I say his last name right, Duenas. And it's called Final Wager. And I saw the movie. I really liked it a lot. Like I said, when it was over, I was thinking about it the whole week after. And I even sent him a message. I go, that was a really good movie because I thought about it the whole week after. And movies like these indie movies, they need to be spread out because there's good movies made, Eddie.
Yeah, there is.
And and they're not maybe posted like one of those big budget movies where it's all over TV commercials and everything. And there's good indie films out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad that we get to share these with people that listen to our show and the actors that are cool coming on our show to help promote.
Yeah, I think some of the best movies are independent movies.
Yeah, and Eddie, I'll ask Scott if I can send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch it, and I gotta tell Scott not to jump on my ass if they don't watch it because they're grown. You guys are grown men. If you're gonna watch it. But I did my work.
I don't think Scott's ever jumped on your ass. You're just projecting there.
No, I'm saying on you guys. I mean, hey, I watched the movie. I wasn't gonna put you guys on the spot because you guys screwed me already a few times when I sent you movies.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to bring out the guest because
you sent him, but we didn't get time to watch him. I'm sorry.
You see, Scott is in the waiting room and everybody watching. You can see how we get along. This is how we really get along. I'm surprised. How many years have we been doing this?
We've had plenty of fights on the show.
Oh yes,
10?
and after you don't even want to see. There's chairs being thrown around. TV's knocked over.
That's why Steve had to remodel his house.
Oh God, let's get our
years of damage.
Let's get our guest, Scott Hamm, Duenas. It says, where's Scott Hamm? We got people in the comments already asking. I know we're late, okay? We're having an M25 fight. Just hold on.
We know where the money is, folks. Don't worry.
Okay, let's
Scott's on his way.
Let's bring our guest out. Hey, Scott.
If he's not hiding under the table now.
Yeah. What's up, fellas? Good to see you guys again.
Scott, I'd like to apologize for these two up here because this shouldn't be happening.
Good dudes, man.
Dan Spence says we demand Scott immediately.
Oh,
hey Dan, was Dan in the movie or just a
no? Dan is a black belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu instructor who I've had the pleasure of learning under, and he's an all-around really good dude.
Wow!
That could destroy us all. So be nice to him.
Okay, well, I apologize, Dan. Let me start off and say
And he's
I'm
always
sorry.
very supportive, and I'm very supportive of him. You guys
Okay.
are ever out in
Black belt
LA,
jiu-jitsu,
going to
man.
Waves Jiu-Jitsu, man, and go see Professor Dan if you're in LA, and go Waves Jiu-Jitsu, man. The guy's the best instructor around.
What is his studio called?
Waves, like ocean waves.
Okay,
He's-
Waves in
teaches
LA.
you smooth jiu-jitsu, but can also get a little rocky too. But he'll work that out with you, man. He's awesome.
Okay, Waves in
Jiu-jitsu.
LA with
Yes.
What do you call jiu-jitsu instructors? You call
Jiu-jitsu.
them
It's Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is the one where, like, if you watch MMA now, when anybody goes to the ground, that's
Yes.
what they're doing. They're doing jiu-jitsu, all that stuff where they're arm barring and triangles and taking
choking
the
them and
back.
everything.
Wow, all that stuff. That's what that is. It's a really cool sport, though. I've found it over the past couple of years, and it's been a while. I like it. I love it. And Dan beats the hell out of me whenever he gets the chance.
So since he's a black belt, is he an instructor? Is he an instructor?
Yes,
there?
he's a very, very good one too. Very always positive. He's good with kids and adults. He's fair. I can't say enough about him. He's the one that's really made me enjoy the sport because I have fun every time I get to see him. He moved far away from me, so I don't get to see him as much. He went to a different club, but I pop in as a guest visitor. I follow him around like a little fanboy, so I'll pop in every now and then and bug him and try and get a free class in from him.
So an instructor, do you call him master or what do you call master Dan?
In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you call them professor.
Oh, professor. I didn't
Professor.
know that. Okay, Professor Dan.
Professor Dan. Once they're a black belt, you call them Professor Dan. Yes,
I
they're all
didn't know
kind of different. Martial arts have different things they call the instructor or the black belts. And,
Okay.
but that's the one in Jiu-Jitsu. It's professor.
that. Okay, well, thank you for
How long would it
introducing us
take you to get to
Professor
the
Dan.
black belt, Scott?
Yeah.
Scott's a black belt?
I said, how
No,
long
I
would
am
it-
not a black belt. Dan
No,
is a
I'm
black
asking-
belt.
I said, how long would it take for Scott to become a black belt?
For me, I think everyone is different. If you get a 20-year-old ex-college wrestler in there that goes 4 to 5 times a week, he could probably do it in 4 to 5 years.
Oh, wow.
I think the average is reading and seeing around is like probably 8 years is a good thing. Someone like
That's
me, it'll probably be
20?
more in like the 10-year range because I'm a twice a week guy. I'm an older guy and started a little later, but I love it. I flew through white belt because I was addicted and did not want to have the beginner belt anymore. And then I'm in one of the middle belts now. I'm in blue belt, and you kind of know what you're doing, but you're not a beginner anymore. But you're in that middle range where the high belts beat up on you and the low belts think they can still beat you because you're not quite that elite level yet. So I'm in, but I would say it's a different path for everybody. But I think fast is 4 or 5 years, and I think 8 to 10 years, 7, 8 in that range is probably a good range for a normal
Wow.
person. It's not like that can't be. Like you guys were talking about when I jumped on, working and all that stuff, work and life and all those things. You can't. It's hard to get there 5 nights a week, and then you get older too, and that's one of the sports or martial arts that you actually have to spar every class, and so you take a few injuries here and there over time. So it's a little harder on the body than I think going in and signing up for like Taekwondo or something where you do a lot of kicking, and no disrespect to that sport. It's just it's a little more physical. You have to be ready to be physical in this one because
So you take a beating every class?
you don't necessarily take a beating, but there's definitely when you get, as you get a little older, things that you're definitely wrestling or grappling. Like if you guys wrestled in high school or if you've ever wrestled around with your friend messing around, and then the next day you're like, geez, I'm sore. You're usually doing that at the end of every class. It's probably 2 to 4 rounds would be the average, and 2 to 4 5-minute rounds. So, you can wake up kind of sore, and sometimes
Wow.
if you go with a big guy or something, and just like in basketball or baseball or football, anything, once in a while injuries happen. You twist an ankle, or you roll an elbow, or you get someone headbutts you and busts your nose. It just happens. Not a lot, but it just not to make anybody scared of it because it's a great sport and it's well controlled, but it's inevitable. You're gonna get banged up every now and then.
Yeah, you're gonna
Well, I guess people, if you're listening, and go see Professor Dan at Waves in L.A. Los
Waves in
Angeles?
LA, and me and him met at Legacy. I'm going to give them a shout out too. Legacy MMA in Burbank. There's one in Pasadena and Glendale as well. It's a fantastic MMA gym, and that's where I met Dan until he branched off to do his own thing over at Waves. But both of those are Legacy's a tremendous school and it has a lot of different things, and it's a big school. It's great. It's a family atmosphere too. You can take your kids there, and the dads can get in there and do it too. And they train a couple fighters, so they got all levels there. So they got everything there. They're fantastic. Can't say enough about them. And they've changed my life for the better. I think it's better. It's been great for my mental fitness and my physical fitness, and I feel like I'm getting to play a sport again, like I did back in the days of high school and stuff. You have teammates and practices, and if you want, you can compete still, even being whatever age or level you're at. You can find competitions all around.
You know what, guys? Alberto, Eddie, I've learned something here about Scott.
Yeah.
he really likes jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
And his professor. And,
I do. And I've loved this new combat sports, MMA stuff that I've been into. You know what? I should start posting about it maybe one day. I've kind of always just kept it to myself, but maybe it'd be fun to post some.
See what happens, Scott, when you come on the show.
You guys just fill me with ideas, man, and like all these.
We're gonna have your professor.
Now you guys know a little bit about jiu-jitsu, so there you go.
Hopefully, your professor gets some calls. Just everybody look up Waves. I don't know if he has a social media pages, or they just gonna look it up. Oh, he does.
He's everywhere. It's on Instagram, Facebook. You could go just to Waves, so that's easy to remember, and then it will link you right to Dan Spence. Man, hit him up, get a private with him. He's amazing.
Right. Just because of Scott, everybody, if you want to go look up Waves on Instagram or Facebook, it's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu place, and go check it out. Scott talks.
Do it. Come down. Tell me. Hit me up. I'll go down and meet you down there, man. We'll do a class together.
All right.
I'll protect you from Dan the best I can.
Look, I hope Scott talks about our show like he talks about other people. Good Lord, I like the way he promotes.
Hey, 100%. You guys are like my OG. I think you guys are the very first podcast I ever did. So you guys are like near and dear to my heart. You guys are the best, man. And,
hey, I'm just glad it was. If we were your first podcast, we didn't kill your career. I'm just grateful for that.
Or it could be vice versa. I didn't kill your show. People are like, man, I thought I was tuning in to see some beautiful girls. I thought, or something. I'm stuck with this guy.
Well, if it helps, before you came on, you're in the waiting room. We were talking about how sometimes we have fights and stuff, and things are throwing around and stuff. Well, the first one we ever had was when you were on after the show you were on.
Oh, really?
The biggest fight we ever had.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I could do that for you.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about your new movie, but what I did is I got a clip of the trailer and I'd like to play it.
I would love that.
you can let us know how this came down, because I found out some stuff where it was recorded and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool. And
cool, yeah.
And let me just play this here.
Awesome.
This is a trailer for Scott's new movie called Final Wager. And I'll let you say the people that are starring in it when we get back.
Okay,
so here we
fantastic.
I came in here 6 months ago because I almost lost the love of my life because of my gambling. And with the help of these meetings, I proved to her, and more importantly, I proved to myself, my gambling days are behind me.
Mom, what is happening?
I was going to wait till after Christmas to tell you.
She forgot to pay her insurance.
What if I could come up with the money?
I need the full amount on December 26th.
No bets, okay?
I won't.
Hello?
Hey, Ian.
I need some money quick.
Never gambled your way out of a debt, man. I want you to log into your gambling website. Calculate how much money you've won versus how much you've lost over the years.
I haven't lost a bet on Christmas in 9 years. I need a bookie. Who do you like? 30K on the Charger.
30? Are you high?
He's gonna place a bet that he cannot cover, and he's gonna ruin his life and Lisa's life.
That is an engagement ring.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
I need you to hold on to that stuff as collateral and get my account turned back on so I can bet again.
You're not slick, bro. You're acting exactly how Lisa's dad would act when he was on a gambling bender.
Are you gambling?
gambling again?
No, of course I'm not gambling.
Look, I know you said that you would leave me if I ever started gambling again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
Now you see how that came right in the middle? Alberto, you're telling me to click that? That was part of the video.
Okay.
But I tried to click off, so it was just the trailer. But
Don't
I think
start
it's,
fighting. Everything was okay.
I think because it was one of those. I got
That
it from
looks
Scott.
good.
I got it from Scott. I just
Yeah,
copied it from
yeah,
him. That's
please,
why.
please.
That's
Scott.
the one that you took there. Yes, we had to make 2 little edits. That was the one we made specifically for Instagram, so it had to fit the screen and then also fit the minute 30, so we didn't have to cut story it and all that stuff. So there's a couple little weird cuts and we compressed it. So you guys didn't do anything. That was our Instagram trailer. So yeah, I could have sent you the regular trailer too, so you didn't have that. But you know,
Hey,
hopefully
good.
that works.
I mean,
and gets.
Don't worry, Scott. We had the problem with our intro. I think the first time we played it, Pete's music, it's cut that way for like Instagram, TikTok.
Yes.
So we were
You know
all,
exactly what I'm talking about.
we
Exactly.
were on the sites waving. So
Yeah, that's just, we're
Nobody-
watching the trailer with everybody.
nobody's fault.
Yeah.
No, not at all,
No,
man.
nothing
Okay,
wrong.
so-
Don't worry.
Okay. Well,
Well, the
Scott,
movie-
want,
The
go
movie
ahead,
looks
Alberto.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked good. I'm going to pull Scott up solo here, and you could tell us about the movie, who's in the movie, and all that good
Yes.
stuff. Okay, go for it, Scott.
All right, the movie is called Final Wager, and it's got an amazing cast because if people, you know, unless you've been under a rock, everybody knows at least, if not the name, they know the face of Michael Madsen, who he stars in this. He's in a big part of the movie. And he's been in everything. Just I can't even list his resume, but if you've watched any Quentin Tarantino movie, both Kill Bills, Reservoir Dogs, The Hateful Eight, he's been in all those movies. I was so excited that he was part of ours. And then even if you go back he's been in Donnie Brasco. He was Sonny Red in Donnie Brasco. I mean, some classics. He was also in The Natural as Bump Bailey. He was also in Free Willy, if that, you know, and Thelma and Louise. He's been in everything. He's huge, and he was so sweet to be in our movie. We also have a nice cameo from Tom Arnold. If everybody, you know, married to Roseanne Barr and was on Roseanne, also was in The Best Damn Sports Show and True Lies, the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So those are our 2 big name stars that we had in that in our film. And then we have a terrific supporting cast for people who love like the boy band era. Trevor Pennick is in it. He plays Ty, and he was in the band O-Town, who I believe had 3 top 10 singles and was the original Making the Band on ABC. He was in the original Making the Band reality show on ABC, and then they formed the band O-Town, and yeah, they had 3 big hits, and they're still touring to this day. I think he was just in Las Vegas doing a show, so it's pretty amazing. And then to round out a really talented group, there was Fernanda Romero, who plays the female lead. She was a big star in Mexico, and now she's made her way over to American television and movies, and she's doing fantastic, immensely talented and beautiful. Yes. And then our kind of comic relief and really fun part, tremendous actress Jennifer Daly, who plays Stitch, who was just she just brought an extra little something to this movie that really needed, and she has a terrific performance. And that's the main core of the cast. We also have Waymond Lee from the Workaholics TV show. If you guys were into that, everyone remembers Waymond. And yeah, and then some other supporting people that are fantastic. But that's the core cast that I love. And the movie is it's about a gambler who finds out he can't lose a bet on Christmas, but he's promised everyone in his life that he's going to stop gambling. But now that he knows he has this kind of mystical, I don't know if it's a Twilight Zone-y power, or is it a power, or is it a delusion that this guy's going through? Anyway, he thinks he can't lose a bet on Christmas. His family gets in trouble, and he's got one day, and he thinks maybe gambling is way out, but it's the way to go. But he's got to keep it secret from everybody who he promised he would never gamble again. So that's the gist of it. And you have to tune in to see how it goes, if it works out for him, or if it doesn't. And if he loses everybody, or if he ends up losing a bet on Christmas, there's a lot of little twists and turns shoved in there at the end to make it fun. I think it's a really fun movie. I think it's a good movie. It's a fantastic script. written by Jerry Artukovich. It's directed by Kenny Yates. It's the second time that I've got to work with Kenny as a director. And I think it came out really, really well. And yeah, I can't say enough about it. I'm super excited for May 7th when it comes out.
May 7th. Eddie, you got a question for Scott?
Yeah, look, I mean, the movie looks really good. Is it's not based on true events, is it?
It's not based on like an actual true event, but the writer, the guy who wrote it, is someone that I've known for a while now. And yes, have I been a gambler in my time? Absolutely. And me and the writer used to go on little gambling binges and stuff. And he said, I got this story, man, that I want to write. And now, it's loosely based on you and the way I will watch it. He gambles very, very small, and sometimes I gamble over my head, and that's what kind of gave him the gist of this. And then the rest of it is all kind of made to be a fun story, with that being the premise. And yes, he says it's loosely based on watching me run around the casinos and the sports books in Vegas. And so I go, I don't know if I take that as a compliment or if you think I'm a degenerate or which way, but yeah, but it's not a true story, but definitely based on some things the writer said from meeting me.
So it's they got the what do you call that? Not a true story, but they got the Berto, what word am I looking for? The you know, when you get they got the gist from Scott from watching him.
A little bit, yes.
Not on a specific true story, but that's happened to some people. They've told their stories.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've definitely had a girl in my life tell me I can't stop gambling or they're going to leave me like she does. I've definitely had that before. No more going to the racetrack. No more going to the card club. You're coming home to me or I'm out of here, which I don't blame them.
And that was before we say where it was filmed. There's a Terry Duenas,
his brother.
Yeah, hey, that is my uncle.
It says Scott, let them know in your acting career you fought Chuck Norris and the Karate Kid. What is this all about?
This is true. One of the
you fought Chuck Norris.
Yeah. And he's putting a little extra hot sauce on it there to make it seem like we had an all-out Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris fight. One of the first things that I ever did, which kind of got me going in this business, and it got me in SAG. It got me my first really big TV part was an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. If anybody remembers that show, on CBS, and it starred Chuck Norris, and I guest starred as a high school football player who gets caught up in steroids. Then he comes in. And he plays the undercover teacher who's trying to break up the steroid ring. And then me and him kind of become buddies. And so he's teaching me some karate. And then to teach me, he kind of beats me up in front of the class to say, hey, watch this. Watch how you can, make him pass out from hitting him in the neck and hit him. And then, there's a fight scene at the end. I get knocked out and then Chuck saves the day. So, but yeah, that's what my uncle's referring to. And then also the Karate Kid thing. I did an episode of that show on Netflix, Cobra Kai. And I got to fight. I got in a big bar fight with the actor William Zabka, who plays Johnny from all the Karate Kid movies. And he's also the star of Cobra Kai. And so I got to fight him. So yeah, if he says it like that, he's right. I got to fight on screen, some pretty cool guys, man. Chuck Norris and then William Zabka, Johnny from the Karate Kid. I mean, come on, that's pretty. I got to give myself some. That's pretty cool. So yes,
that's pretty cool.
Those are the two things. Yeah, two of the coolest things that have ever happened in my life. They're definitely in my top 10 of cool stuff that I've gotten to do.
Very, very cool. Eddie, I know Eddie's got a lot of questions because that's just Eddie. I know he didn't.
Good. I love questions.
Go for it, Eddie.
Get into it.
Let's see.
Oh, maybe
your movie comes out on May 7th.
It comes out on May 7th, and the platforms on it. It's kind of when I post about it or tell someone, it's always a little bit tricky. So this is a good question. It comes out on May 7th, but as far as the streaming world, like Netflix, Hulu, and stuff, it's exclusively on an app called Vudu, which is in essence owned by NBC and Fandango. They owe it, but it's in competition with it's a smaller app, but they're coming up on. They're trying to compete with the Hulus and the Netflix. So they have our movie exclusively for the first 30 days. So it's only streaming on Vudu. But it's real easy. If you have a smart TV or a Roku or a Fire Stick, you just pop in Voodoo, download the app for free, and then you find our movie, and it's going to be one of the featured movies for the month of May. It comes out May 7th. And then also, if you're not a streaming person, it's on everything cable and satellite. So if you have a satellite dish or you have cable, you find it just by going to the search bar and hitting Final Wager. But exclusively on the Vudu app on the 7th. And then after 30 days, we'll see where we land. If someone else wants to acquire it, like Hulu or something exclusively, we'll be there. And then if not, we just kind of open it up and they throw it out there on Prime and Tubi and everything. And then we'll just kind of be everywhere. But we like it when people get us exclusively. It's a good thing. They give us some. You guys were talking about these movies that have these huge budgets to promote and do ads and commercials and things like that. Well, we don't have that. We don't have that kind of budget because that's immensely expensive. But when you get an app like Vudu that gets behind the movie and says we want it exclusively in exchange, sometimes you get some compensation. Sometimes you get they'll do some commercial. They'll be in charge of getting you some commercials and some ads and things, which is super valuable, especially for a smaller movie. We're not Fast and the Furious or Aquaman 6 or whatever. So we need stuff like that. So yeah, man, May 7th, next week.
What was it like working with Michael Madsen? And
wait a minute, how do you spell voodoo? I'm sorry, Eddie. How do you spell
VUDU?
Okay, well,
like voodoo, like voodoo.
VUDU. Eddie, write that down because I'm gonna make sure you get that app. Okay.
Yes,
please.
And I will send you. Make sure you can give those guys the link and the password for sure.
Are you sure?
So,
Scott?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. Thank you. You guys are. Everybody on the MT25
Scott sends me a thing and he says, "Hey, you know what? I'm sending this to you because I trust in you, and don't share this." And I do exactly what he's ever said. And now,
and I should have clarified that they could see it. In Steve's defense, yes, it comes with this big, huge disclaimer. If it's before the 7th and I send it to people, I have to put a big disclaimer on it because if you would never do this, or you guys would never do this, but if someone turns around, throws it on YouTube or something, or does something really shady like that, the people that own the rights to our movie, the distribution just goes crazy because they feel they can lose a lot of money and a lot of stuff, contracts, things that are above my pay grade, and they tell me do not give this out to anybody, but they understand we have to do it to promote the movie. Some people you just have to trust them, but you send that awful lawyered up disclaimer that goes with it that's supposed to scare everybody. You guys are cool, man. Please check it out. Hey, so yes, Senator, I would love for you guys to watch the movie. I think you'll like it, man. I don't think it's hard not to like it. It's a pretty straightforward, like gambling movie.
Before I love it, I think Alberto, did the professor just leak the movie?
What now?
Am I seeing wrong here?
I see a link there, apps.apple.com, something.
Scott,
I think he's trying to it's the link for the Voodoo app.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was gonna have to get my brown belt out.
No, no. Dan's the man. He'll go on and he'll download it just like it and watch it. He's the best.
Okay,
he'll probably be one of the first ones and send me a message. He's very supportive.
Eddie, I know you have a question, but before I forget, Scott, when this comes out, is there going to be a hard copy? Because I would like to get a hard copy from you because this is the second movie that I would get a hard copy from that I really love. I liked your Stay movie. I like this one a lot. I don't know. It's still in my mind. I love it. It's great.
Thank you. That's awesome. I like it too. It's one of those movies like it's not trying to be super cute. It's not trying to be super independent. It's just like this straightforward story, which, like I said, it's basically a guy who has to decide: does he gamble to help his mom out, or does he not gamble and lie to his girlfriend and his friends, or does he not do it and let his mom just get evicted when he needs to get this money for her? So, and then it's got a nice, fun ending, and it's got two famous actors in it. So I think it's pretty straightforward and it's easy to like, and I like it a lot. And Jerry, the writer, did a really good job on just a straightforward, fun little movie. There's not a bunch of CGI and all that stuff either, but it's a quick little, hour and a half movie. It's a Christmas movie, sort of, but it's not like a Lifetime Christmas movie, that kind of thing. It's way edgier than that. There's cussing and gambling and drinking and stuff, but it's not. But it's in essence, it's kind of a Christmas movie, but just not That's why we didn't release it on Christmas either, or on a Lifetime or something like that, because it just wasn't that kind of fit that we thought. And we thought about a Christmas title at first, but we're like, nah, let's not do that. It's kind of like Die Hard. It takes place on Christmas, but that's not a Christmas movie, really, is it?
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's around. It's on Christmas, but you know it's Christmas.
There's no Santa. There's no reindeer. Yes, it just happens to take place on December 25th.
It's very good. Go ahead, Eddie. I'm sorry. I got a lot to say.
I was just curious. What was it like to work with Michael Madsen, and what's Tom Arnold up to?
Yeah, man. Working with Michael Madsen was absolutely amazing, and I promise I'm not just saying it like you would think. He's just gonna. What's he gonna say? That it was terrible. It was such a great experience because, especially for me, I was a huge fan before this, and when I found out that there was a chance he was gonna do it, then when he did it, I was super excited. But then I was also like, oh man, he's gonna just come in here and be like, I've done these huge movies and I've been a big star, and he's just gonna kind of probably come in and not really talk and just do his thing and leave. And it was the complete opposite. He was so not, and he always plays a bad guy too. He's so scary with that voice and everything. I'm familiar with his movies, and especially Kill Bill and Donnie Brasco, man, he just plays a monster in those. And he was so nice. I don't want to wreck it for him either. He was so sweet, and he was so wonderful and such a good actor. And I just had to be careful, like when I would see him kind of doing his thing, to remember there's things I have to say and do too. I can't just watch him be like, "That's Michael Madsen talking to me right now." This is pretty good. That's Sonny Black, Sonny Red from Donnie Brasco talking to me right now. So it really was just a fantastic time to get to work with him and then spend with him. And then he even talked about his old, I tried to let people, when I work with someone that's a big name like that's like a million times bigger than I'll ever be, and I just try and be professional. I don't try and fanboy on them. I let them, but he was so willing and nice to talk about all these movies that I love and talk about the actors and what it was like to work with Johnny Depp and all these different things. And it was just awesome. And, he gave me some advice here and there, which was just invaluable. And he was just one of the guys when he was there, man. But I remember someone said, hey, Mr. Madsen, we're going to bring your food to your trailer for you. So, you have the place to yourself and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, man, I want to sit here with the guys and eat with them and talk. And he's just awesome. He was just a normal. And as far as acting stuff, he's just a pro, man. And he delivers lines so originally that no one else could deliver them like him, because he's just, the way that he goes about it is so different. And I think that's what makes him so interesting and why he's had such a storied career and not stopped working probably for 30 years, because no one can do exactly what he does. And I think he's great in this movie. And I'm just so grateful that he was there. It was a dream. It was really, really a dream. And then what Tom is up to, we only had Tom for a very short time, and it was so fantastic of him to not only do the part, but it was really I would say like a cameo, but he just comes in and he steals it because he's so funny without trying to be funny. And he was also a gentleman, and he was very sharp, and he loves to ad lib, and he would just do these takes and just say these insane things. And I usually pride myself on not, they call it breaking, where you start laughing or you start, and he got me twice on just crazy stuff though that didn't even make it in the movie, but he would just say these off the wall things that were just so funny. And it was just, again, surreal to be like, look at this is Tom Arnold, because he had that run there, if you guys remember, where he was really, really big for a while. Yeah. True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger was like the #1 movie in the world for a long time, and it's still an awesome movie. And and then being on Roseanne, one of the best TV shows ever, and then being married to her. I didn't ask him about that. I stayed away from that. But I only wish he would have been in the movie more, so I could have gotten to spend more time with him. But he's still cranking away. He's doing some movies, and I think he's starting a stand-up tour sometime soon. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but I think he's going back and doing some stand-up. So people can look for him doing some standing up on the mic, maybe improv or something. Yeah,
comedy.
Cool. Comedy. He's a very, very funny guy.
And Eddie, Scott, some of this or all of this was this filmed in Fullerton?
All the whole bar stuff was filmed at Heroes in downtown Fullerton.
Oh wow!
Which I love. Yes, and most of the movie takes place in the bar. The Gamblers Anonymous stuff and the nursing home and I think a couple other things were at a studio, but the main location was Heroes in Fullerton.
Nice.
And we were so lucky to get them because we wanted a real bar, and to get a real bar in LA for the amount of days and the amount of hours that we needed was insanely expensive and insanely over budget. And so, I have some Fullerton connections, and my mom knows the owner of Heroes. And I said, can you put us together and have him help us out? Do you think there's a chance? What would he do? And they were just amazing. He said, do what you want. Scott's from Fullerton. And actually the writer who I talked about is my friend, graduated from Cal State Fullerton.
Okay.
So we had some Fullerton ties in there to sweeten the pot. And, they couldn't have been better. They said, yeah, you can do it, but just do it when we're closed. So we had to film as soon as those doors closed. We were like waiting by the door with the equipment in our hand to run in there and get going. And then as soon as things opened up in the morning, we had to be out. And they were so patient, so fantastic with us. We owe them tremendously. So I'll have to pay them back someday because they gave us just a fantastic deal. And they gave us as much hours as they could with us, not destroying their business because, it had to be that way because the production couldn't afford to be like, oh, how much do you normally make in a day? And we'll just pay and just shut this place down. So we really had to work around their schedule, and it all worked out. So it was great. Cool. I loved being in Fullerton, man. Fullerton is where I basically grew up, and I love it.
That's cool. And if it helps, I recognized it. I look familiar, but you don't know. But I did in the credits. I saw in the credits. So
yeah,
whoever does all that stuff, hey, some people do watch the credits, and I saw, it's Heroes in Fullerton. So whoever does all that stuff, let them know that I watched it all, and I go, that's what it looked familiar from.
Good, because we promised them too. We said we're going to make you so you really see you in the credits, and okay, that sounds good. So all right, we came through. You noticed it, but yeah, and it was great too because Heroes is one of those bars that has all the stuff on the wall, so they had a lot of those lights already. So they didn't need to. The set decoration team didn't need to go find a bunch of Christmas stuff to put up and down every single day. Heroes kind of lent itself to it, so it ended up being perfect for us. So we can't thank them enough. Jack and Dave over there, man, you guys are the best.
Heroes in Fullerton.
Heroes in Fullerton. It's the mainstay. It was one of the original bars in downtown Fullerton.
It's been there for a long time.
It was like I don't want to say it was the first, but it was it had to have been right in the one of the first before downtown Fullerton became downtown Fullerton. There was just Heroes.
Yeah,
just Heroes down there. That's it.
Before it started,
there
was bars on every.
What it is today.
Yeah,
all those young cats took it over now, man. Yeah.
Eddie, any questions for Scott?
Yeah, Scott. I'm just curious. What are your favorite kind of movies? Is it comedy, action, romance?
What I like to sit down and watch personally. Yeah. I really, really love a nice thriller. I would say things like, I think Silence of the Lambs might be one of it's top 2 or 3 favorite movies of all time. I think One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is my favorite movie of all time. I love trying to figure things out like a puzzle. Twilight Zone was like my favorite television show. So anything in that thing where you get like a Sixth Sense type of deal. And I love that. I really am an easy audience, so I love everything. I like independent movies and big budget movies. I give everything a chance. I'm not a movie snob at all. I know how hard this business is. And so I'll watch anything. I'll watch it. I've been watching a ton of documentaries and based on true story stuff lately. But yeah, I would say a good thriller, like with a puzzle to it, or with an ending that I don't see coming, because I've watched so many that sometimes and now being in this business for a while, a lot of times I can see where it's going, and I usually can figure out the ending. But when they get me, and I go, oh my god, I didn't even see that. That's what I love the most. So I would say a good thriller with a nice twist are really my favorite things to watch.
Okay.
Kind of like Rebroken.
I was just about to say Rebroken, which is I think we're getting close to a year. It's year anniversary of coming out. If people haven't seen it, please go see it. It's a good movie, and it's that kind of movie. It's a very slow, mysterious like thriller, and it's got Tobin Bell from the Saw movies, and he just did the new Saw reboot was last year, right? It was Saw 10. It came out like Christmas, Super Bowl time. So man, check it out. If you like him, check it out.
It was a reboot?
No.
Part 10.
I probably, because I get so excited, I start talking fast sometimes. The guy, Tobin Bell, the actor who starred in Rebroken, is from the Saw movies. He's Jigsaw. He plays Jigsaw in all the Saw movies. And last year, they rebooted the Saw franchise. And I think he was out of it for a little while. He did like the first 4 or something. And then now this one, they brought it back and made him the focal point. And it was Saw 10. And he starred in it. It did really good. It was a good movie. And Tobin started in it again. He starred in the first one, and then they brought him full circle. He started in the 10th one. So if you like Saw movies, check out Rebroken, man. It's a good movie. I'm proud of it. And that was the other movie that Kenny Yates directed. Totally different movie than Final Wager. So
yes,
whatever you're into, check it out, or have a double feature one night and watch them both. You'll be really sick of me after about 3 hours. Sick of seeing my stupid face.
Final Wager was a good movie. I really liked it. I still like it, and if there's ever a hard copy available, let me know where I can get it.
I'll make sure you get one. At some point, we'll get some hard copies. Right now, everything is straight to digital, but at some point, it will make its way. We'll have to print some up though for like Walmart and things like that. So I'll make sure you get one. I'll send you guys a couple of them. I'm sure these guys won't have watched the movie yet, so maybe they'll watch it. And then I'm kidding.
We'll still be waiting for the link. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hey Scott, I'm gonna do something for you that, in all of our honor, M25 show, that I wouldn't do for anybody else. If you need us to be in your movie or anything in background for just famous purposes,
an extra,
we can do.
You
that.
guys would do that. Thank you so much, you guys. But.
But
I would appreciate
the money thing, we usually, I mean, it's very, very high, but don't worry about it. For you, don't worry about it.
Hey, you never know. Everybody, be careful what you wish for, because there's something might come up. And we need like a podcast. And who can we ask to do this, and who will do it for super cheap? And that, boom.
Hey, there you go.
Man, for free. Really talented, we go straight to you guys.
Don't worry.
Where's our?
Steve will do it for free. Eddie and I, and also we need money.
We need to give you guys some money and feed you too, right?
Steve doesn't need it at all. Don't worry.
Hey, as long as I'm fed.
I'm doing. Hey, if you know what, I'll even pay these guys, and I'll do it for free. How's that? I'll pay them out of my pocket, and I'll do it for free.
Just remember to cast us. One of the podcast members with sunglasses. He gets punched out by the other guys. Big fight.
God, there we go. See, trying to do nice things. Look at Scott.
Scott, I have a script approval. Okay, so
you guys have a big jiu-jitsu fight.
Get the professor down there.
Yeah,
it'll be a big old mess.
Here, yes.
But no, I'm just letting you know that we're fans, and
I put that in the mental Rolodex, man. I'm not even kidding. Yeah,
we can help you we'll spread the word about your movie, and we'll make posts and do the best we can, talk about it on the show. And
hey, that's all you can ask for, man. It's like I said, just getting the word out little by little, piece by piece, and just because the stay. It's been out for like 3 years now or something. I think that was the first, and it's actually done really well. It started off slow because it takes time for the word to get out, and then it's done really good numbers. And now we're hoping for the same thing for Rebroken. It's been out about a year. It's kind of been slow, and then hopefully it finds its footing and goes like the Stay did. And then this one's got the final wager, the new one. We'd love everybody to jump on board right away with it, because we got some bigger people behind it, and they love to see good numbers and good viewership and all that stuff. So
Voodoo.
Everything counts, and we're grateful that you always put us on your show and help us start to get the word out. It's so helpful. So thank you.
Of course, on Voodoo, It comes out May 7th.
Yes.
on Vudu. And I have you brought up the stay. Before we get out here, I gotta ask a question because Michelle was in the movie, and I gotta
Yes.
ask you because
Sure.
she told me what I asked, but was it really a bathing suit or was it bra and underwear?
Oh, that she wore in the scene where she's laying on the bed.
Yeah, just lie to me, Scott.
Cheating
Please.
on me.
Just lie, lie, please. I
You
blew
know,
that up and I put it on my wall.
did you?
Yeah,
Or
and if you tell me it's a
screensaver or
bathing suit,
something,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be really depressed.
Well, she looks beautiful in that shot, and it's a good. It's. I'm being dead honest here again too. I'm not well versed on it. I'm not positive because it was like a hybrid because she had. Then she had that on, and then in the next scene when I come home in the movie, and she just throws on pants and goes out there with that top on. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, is that a bra or a bathing suit top? I'm gonna go with it's a bra.
Okay, enough said. Thank you, Scott.
Okay.
No, you'll need to say no more. That's all I needed to know. Everybody, final wager. I got to see it, and I'm going to send the link to my other M25 showers. And
Please.
And
yeah, man, it's. I promise you, it's good. If it's not, you hit me up on Instagram, Scott M8, and tell me that it's not. But it's the reviews have been good. So so far so good. Not that I put a ton of stock into that because you guys know how movie reviews are. I love them and they're necessary, but sometimes you're like, oh, you guys just aren't getting it. But
it's good. It really is. I saw it.
It's a good movie. I agree. I wouldn't say that. I would just kind of just say, yeah, it's a movie coming out that I'm in. But this, I believe in it. I think it's a good movie, and I think people are going to really like it. It's a charming little movie. It's got a little everything. It's a little funny. It's a little serious. It's got a little bit of a love story, and it's got if you like Christmas. So it's got some Christmas aspects to it. I'm sure when Christmas time comes around, we're going to get another thing of promoting it as a Christmas movie, which will be really nice, which we can do that honestly too. Because it takes place on Christmas.
And it's got a little tiny twist in it too. I think
yes, it does. Yes, it does. And then Fernanda, for you, she's never, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be cold and Christmas time. So she's fully clothed in the whole thing, but she's a beautiful Latina actress that, hey, go on her Instagram. She got plenty of stuff for her bathing suits and things. Fernanda Romero.
I was going to say, man, this Scott, man, I got to get into acting. With all these hot chicks. I'm like, holy.
That is a perk. There's a lot of beautiful women. That is for sure.
Yeah. How do, okay, so on Instagram, the people in the movie, can you want to shout out their names and people can go follow them? And
yeah, or you know what, the easier way, and not take up your time with that.
Sure.
Go to the Final Wager on Instagram, and then there's links to everybody that you want to see, anybody in the cast, anything with the movie. You go to Final Wager or go to me and DM me. I'll throw you their handles because I don't know if I can remember all their handles.
Okay,
either, but
that's better.
Real easy to find. Final Wager movie on Instagram or Facebook, and also Sky Hamm Duenas on either one too. So
very cool. And then May 7th it comes out, and the place to see it is on the Vudu app. VUDO.
Exclusively on Vudu.
DU.
Exclusive, okay. Yes. Even if you probably put in NBC Fandango or that too, it would take you straight to the Vudu app. But yes, the Vudu app on the 7th, exclusively for 30 days. And if you're a old school and got satellite or cable, we're there too. Just hit it in your search bar. So it's really, really easy. It sounds more complicated than it is, but it's super easy. You can download the app. They have an app for your phone, for your tablet, for your smart TV. Vudu, VUDU, and you're just set. And then go to Final Wager or put my name in. Either way, it'll take you to the movie or it'll take you to my movies that they have, and you'll find it right there.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Final Wager, May 7th. Download the Vudu app and check out the movie. It's really good, and I give it 5 stars. Is that possible?
Oh man, I'm gonna clip that out. I'm gonna clip that out somewhere.
Yeah, put that in the with all the critics people. 5 stars from the M25 show. Well, from a fourth of the M25 show. That's Steve. These other two.
I know. I missed our girl today. That's cool. She didn't want to show up because I was here, but
she may be watching. If you want to say hi to Alyssa, she's homesick.
Oh, feel better. I missed you, and I follow her on Instagram. I'll leave her a message, tell her that I missed her today.
I'm sure she'll like that because she likes a lot of attention, Scott. So thank you for giving her a little attention.
She deserves it. She deserves it.
And then Instructor is no Professor.
Professor Dan or Professor Spence. Yes.
Okay, we got a lot of plugs going on today, but
We're all over. That's
go to Waves in LA, get some Brazilian jiu-jitsu, go see Final Wager May 7th on Vudu, and
never
man.
miss the M25 show either, man. Check these guys out as much as possible. They're fantastic and they deserve
Scott,
the support.
I hope you talk about us the way you talk about everybody else when you come on the show, because God, man, you are something special when you promote. I bet when he talks about us, he's probably saying, God, I'm glad I'm off that show. Jeez, I had to do it for the movie, though.
Yeah, don't forget Steve. He's a good actor, so he's putting on a performance right now.
That's why I gave him 5 stars. He's a good actor.
That is all false. You guys
before
are the best.
Before we go, Crumb's Music says Scott's the man. I don't know who the hell Crumb's Music is, but that's probably going to be another promotion from Scott. So,
well, you know what? I'm gonna give myself some Crumb's Music. That's for sure. Thank you. Right. So I like it. But yes, one day when I win the Oscar or the Emmy, you guys will be my first thing I do, because you guys have been with me from the beginning. So I appreciate you.
All right. Well, you're always welcome on our show. We love your movies. You're a good dude, and
it's my boy Vinny Rojas, man. Awesome DJ. Catch him in LA. Vinny Rojas, Crumb's Music. There you go.
Okay. There's you know what? We need to send. I'm pretty upset that I sent Scott a hat. I only sent so many people these collector's items.
I wore it. When I was here for Rebroken, I wore it in the podcast.
Yes, you did.
And if you scroll through my Instagram, you find me wearing it again, because I wear it to the gym to work out a lot.
Oh my God, he said that last time he was out about the gym. That thing must be sweaty as hell.
Oh my God, I wish I would have known. I would have brought it. It's got the white stuff on the top. It's almost I can't wear it anymore because that white stupid sweat line you get. And
this is why you got to go see Final Wager. This guy is a hell of an actor. You got to go see it. I'm just messing with you, Scott.
I know, man.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on. You're welcome anytime. And I'm gonna watch the movie again, and I'll send the links to Eddie, Alberto, and Alyssa, and I'm sure they're gonna enjoy it too. And we're gonna have you back on soon.
I appreciate it, man. You guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. And thank you again. I'm grateful for you guys having me on.
All right, Scott. You take care.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, that was Scott Hamm Duenas. Final Wager coming out May 7th, Eddie, on Vudu.
Looks good.
But I'll just send you the link now that he says,
Yeah.
If the mic's still on, he's going to say, those fucking guys. Hate that fucking show.
Fucking bastard. Yeah, I'm going to cast him in the movie.
Yeah, like Stevie put him in a movie. Fuck that guy.
We'll be doing a podcast, 10 armed men will come just shoot us up.
With real bullets.
And it's a comedy, it's not even a drama.
Oh, gosh.
You might have to kick out Scott. I think he just closed his laptop and click out.
He's going to be on the phone with Michelle and go, you believe what that pig Steve was asking if you were wearing bra and panties?
God damn, he's still on that. Fucking pervert.
I was going to ask him if the movie rated?
Too late now.
Eddie's
No, I was going to ask him, but
unless he needs to use the computer again.
Oh,
now
there
he's gone.
Goes.
I was going to ask him, but we kept talking, so.
No, just messing. Scott's a good dude. Crumb's Music.
Rated PG?
No, it's not rated PG. It's probably rated
PG-13.
PG is PG-13 less than rated R?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's probably
so it's PG-13. If you're 13 or over, you can go in without a parent.
I say PG. I would say PG-13.
I mean, unless there's a lot of nudity and violence.
Mature?
No.
Rated mature?
Rated
There's
X.
no nudity. There's no sex, like no naked sex, penetration.
Well, then it probably is PG-13.
Yeah.
Adult theme.
It's really good. I really liked it.
Looks good.
It's got that dude from, I noticed him right away, from Pulp Fiction. He's been in a lot of movies,
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Arnold was in it for a little bit.
He's a judge, huh?
He's a judge?
In the movie. Looks like it.
No, he's the guy that runs the home where he has his mom in that home. What do you call it when they live in a
retirement home?
Retirement home type thing, yeah. Where they take care of them and shit. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. I'll let you guys watch it. And
don't spoil it.
All right.
Sounds good.
So his mom's in a retirement home. Thanks a lot. Now,
Well, he said when he was talking that he's got to make a bet or something.
Yeah.
Or does he make a bet, or does he just let his mom get kicked out?
Final wager.
He's got to make a final wager. Let it all hang out. Does he? Well, I can't even say. He's got a girlfriend, and she doesn't like him gambling because he used to be a hardcore.
Don't let your woman control you. You want to gamble, gamble.
Well, this guy, he was out of control. He was like Nick in Vegas. just saying, screw it. After his fiance was getting lap dances by big old dongers. He just. All right, that's enough. I don't mean bringing Nick up right now. Oh my!
I'm sure he enjoys it.
Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Hey. Okay. I got a question, Eddie. Your kids are growing up now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go back to when
need some advice.
Let's go back to when your kids were in elementary school. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if you found out maybe your kid had an accident at school, right? Let's just say they pooped or peed. No, let's say they pooped in their pants.
Mm-hmm.
And they were sent to the office to the, I don't know, what would you send them to? The nurse or somebody to, hey, you need to call their parents and maybe
to the
send
nurse,
them home,
probably the nurse.
Probably the nurse or something, the principal or whatever, the nurse.
The office.
Or the office lady.
Office. With a note saying, hey, you need to call their parents and either send them home or get a change of clothes or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the office sends them back to class. And how would you feel as a parent if you found out that happened? I mean, that they just said, oh, just send them back to class, and they ended up sitting like that all day at school.
Oh, no, that's a no.
No, as a parent, I mean, yeah, we think about it, it's like, who would do that? But, I mean, as an actual parent, how would you feel about that if you found, like, your son or something, they did that to your son?
I'd be upset.
Okay, but if you find out the teacher actually said and go, hey, you need to, with a note saying you need to call the parents, but they just totally overrode the teacher.
They ignored it?
And thought it was, and would think, probably they're too busy for stuff like this.
I'd be upset.
What do you think, Alberto? I heard a story about this, and I hate talking about it, but I got to talk about it because shit's all screwed up today.
Yeah, I'd be upset too. I mean, it's like,
yeah,
at the very least, you have to contact me if something like that happened. Unless it's such a small. I mean, if the teacher says, please contact this kid's parents, I think you want to contact the parents.
Yeah,
because I have information on like the story, because it's a real story that the teacher actually said, hey, it was really a hardcore strong smell, where the whole class was in the whole room. So why they went to the office, this child, why they didn't
send him back,
smell it, or or investigate more. Look on this, because apparently there was stains on the pants and everything. To me, it sounded like they were just too busy and didn't want to deal with it. And luckily, the teacher called the parent and said, hey, I think you need to come down and bring a change of clothes, because your child might have had an accident or sat in something. You can't say, hey, I think they shit in their pants, or you can't say they stink or nothing like that. You have to word it a certain way.
They sharted.
And the parent came down and they had a change of clothes. But the teacher was upset about it. That the office were like, and I guess, when people talk, and you have, teachers, they have friends there too, right? And you overhear
they all
talking.
know each other.
Yeah, you hear people talking in the office, and you hear like, it was kind of like, oh, why did they send this kid in here for something like that? It was no big thing. And then it gets back to the, it's just, people just don't want to work. And especially like that, and they don't get onto it until you start bringing in the higher ups for something like this. Like superintendents or...
until you threaten to call their supervisors or something.
Then all of a sudden, oh, well, what was going on? Well,
everybody's on it.
There was a note sent to you and it said exactly what happened. All of a sudden, they want to all be a part of it now because
all of a sudden it's all hands on deck.
Here's the only thing I could think about if I was in the office and that happened. is that the teacher sends a kid with a note, and then the kid comes to the office and he's crying, "No, please, no, don't call my parents. No, please, no, don't." I mean, that's maybe the only way I would do that. And then I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know what happened in the office. I don't know the story, but I mean but then then I'm calling back the teacher. You know what? He doesn't want his parents called.
Okay, I get it.
But
but you can't even do that. Let's say that happened, but it didn't happen because apparently the kid said, "No, I didn't go poop or whatever." But she saw the stains on his pants.
She smelled it.
It could smell the strong aroma. She could smell it. And let's just say your thing happened like that, and the kid's like, "Oh no, please don't call. I'll get in trouble." And they have to call because you're putting those other however many kids are in that classroom at a. What do you call that?
I mean, that's biohazard at that point. I mean, like when we work, in that room when somebody shits on the floor, we got to go in and clean it up. It's you can get sick from it. Yes, I understand that. I don't know if I was sent back to the classroom. I don't know what you can do. At that
they
point.
Could have kept them there. You have to do something. You can't just say, oh, because the kid's crying and I don't want to get in trouble with his parents.
Go back to class.
Yeah, and then the parent did come when the teacher came and brought him a change of clothes, and so the parent apparently cared.
Yeah,
and I think I don't know. It's just it was a story that I heard, and I just wanted to share that. I'm thinking as a parent, if a office people, a nurse or principals or whatever did that, I would be pretty upset. I would go down there. If I could, I would have told them, hey, you should call the parents like you did to have them come down and go down there and tell them that they would have let your kid sit there all day if I hadn't called you.
Mm-hmm.
And let them go rattle them around. So next time something like that happens, they'll think twice about, I don't want to deal with it, Maybe it's just a little poop. They'll be okay till they get home. I mean, it's just not. They're kids.
Yeah.
I wonder what grade was this within?
Does it matter, Eddie?
No, it doesn't matter.
Let's just go fourth. We'll say fourth.
Yeah. You need to call the parent.
Yeah, you need to call
elementary.
The
fourth. Let's say fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got a lot of stories, Alberto.
So I was gonna say if it was like junior high, you could tell the kid go take a shower and then give him some shorts or something.
No, it was elementary. And okay, I'll say this: the teacher was upset.
Yeah, I would too. I would be too.
And a lot of emails were sent to the higher ups, and I guess shit came down, and when it came down, they called to talk to the teacher, and they were upset about it. And the teacher started questioning, going, "Well, why didn't you do this then? Why didn't you do that?" And they had nothing to say. And she's all, I did everything I was supposed to do, but. And then why couldn't they? She's all, the nurse couldn't smell anything, and the teacher goes, "Well, were they wearing a mask?" And she wouldn't answer the question. Apparently, they were probably wearing a mask, so they didn't smell.
Probably just walked in and go, "Nah, get back to class," and didn't have enough time.
Probably walked in with the mask, one of the surgical masks on, and go, "I don't smell nothing. Get back to class."
Well, I think you can still smell stuff through those things. So.
Well. From what I was told, it smelled the whole classroom up. So if it didn't smell the little nurse's room up, they either didn't want to deal with it or if somebody shits, it smells. I don't care how much you hold your cheeks together, it's gonna stink.
Maybe there was Febreze in the nurse's office. Or something.
You just walk, one cheek wiggles, it's over. You're gonna get a.
They had a good air freshener in the nurse's office.
Maybe they just opened bottles of bleaches and sit it on the shelves. Anyway, so yeah, my point is if I was a parent and I found out about that, I'd go down to the school and go, "Hey,
yeah,
this is not. I'm happy that the teacher called me, so at least I can get my kid cleaned up." And I know it's embarrassing. The kid's probably going to say, "No, I didn't go to the bathroom in my pants," because they don't want the kids making fun of them or. There's ways to say, "Oh, well, he probably sat on something, can you come down and change him even though he did shit in his pants?" There's ways to go around it. You don't want the kid to be embarrassed either, but that's pretty hardcore, Eddie.
Yeah, it is. It's too bad.
think we should go down there and protest.
Enough of that. So
everybody's protesting now.
Everybody's
what the hell's going on
protesting.
with the protest now? What is?
I bet you half those people. I bet you half those people don't even know what they're protesting about. They're just bandwagoners.
This is everything's out of hand, Alberto.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Kids can't even go to school.
Yep. Cancel graduations because people are protesting, or classes can't go to class because.
No. And I'm thinking they don't want them to go to class because that's part of their protest. So, okay, we're not going to let you go. So nobody's in the classroom. So it's I don't even know. What does that do? Like, isn't out there protesting enough? They have to keep the people that want to go finish their class out of the classroom. What would be your theory? What would be your theory why they wouldn't let them? Because
they're not thinking about other people. They're not thinking about other people. They're just thinking, oh, everybody else is doing it, so we'll get in on it too.
No, but why would they keep, like, let's say Alberto was going to UCLA, and then they had a line there, people locked up and said, no, you're not going to class today. I get the protest, but what would be the reason to keep a regular person not protesting to go into class?
They're saying that the people they're protesting for, they have it worse, so, they're getting killed and bombed and all this, and boo-hoo, you can't go to class. Think about, the people that are worse than you. That's probably their underlying thing. When they block a building, when they block a bridge, and you can't get to work, why are you crying about not getting to work? People are dying out there. That's.
Oh, they think that's what you're doing is not as important of what's going on in the other countries.
Yeah. When you're protesting in that way, that when you're inconveniencing people, that's what they think. Your life. If you're stuck in traffic, your life is not as bad as these poor people over there.
But I get it. What do you think about? I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but if they feel that strongly, why don't they go back to whatever place they're defending? And go out there and help, or in some way, I don't know how they would help, but it's not doing anything here.
Fight the war, help fight the war,
or whatever. I mean, they're keeping. I mean, this isn't the U.S. of A. I mean, whether they think we're helping or not helping them.
That is not their original thought. There are power brokers, rich people funding this, and they feed lines to these people in the camp. And you're doing it for this, and you're noble, and fuck those students who want to go study for their finals. They're privileged. And you show them what the world's really about, and and they the power brokers are out comfortable. They're not getting beat down by the police or daring the police to beat them, and then they get hit in the head and they cry.
And there's a lot of I hear there's like a lot of around, not just in one place, but a lot of colleges.
Oh yeah,
there's like thousands or millions, right?
It's a social contagion, as they call it. It started, I think, in New York and Columbia, and then you're in another school somewhere and go, oh, I want to be like them too. I want to be on the news. Yep. I want to do my part. So they in a lot of these other schools, they start small, and then powers to be billionaires who want to destabilize everything. All right, we'll send a few professional agitators and a little bit of cash, and
get it going.
Yeah, where do they? I saw a thing on Twitter go, like those planks of plywood are like $50 each, and they put a whole border across their land, which is funny. They don't think we should protect our border, but the first thing they do, they get their land, they set a border, and they put the little checkpoint. You don't come in unless we say you can come in, and all this BS. There's money behind this. It's not. I mean, I know a lot of them are, rich kids who are bored, but there's power behind them. So.
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's like, it's always on other properties and stuff. It's like, you never see anybody protesting in front of their house or damaging their house. I mean, and I get it. They'd probably say, well, if we did that, we wouldn't be on the news and it wouldn't get around. Yeah, you would be on the news if you did that at your house and you were trashing your own house just for being stupid. You'd be on the news.
I'm gonna invite a whole bunch of my like-minded friends to come trash my house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Channel 7, yeah, they'll send a reporter out there. Look at these morons.
Eddie, do you think they should just bring in the military and clean them all out and get them out of there? Not kill them, but just say bring them in and just kick some ass and get them all out and say,
Yeah.
hey, this is not how it works here.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there's a lot. I didn't know there was that many people. They were
there's-
telling about the numbers all over in the United States, and there's a
I
lot.
get peaceful protesting, but when there's
When they take
violence
over.
and
Or
when they
over.
take over, that's too much. They need to they have tents camping out stuff.
Like the
You
schools
can't
need
even go to school.
Yeah.
Schools need to get this. I mean, if you're an administrator of one of these colleges and they just spring up and there's like 5 of them, you stop them there, okay? Because like I said, people, there are power brokers behind this. Like they're just looking and they'll see,
Yeah.
M25 college somewhere, oh, there's like 10. All right, let's send a whole bunch of people and we'll rile up a few more, useful idiots. And all of a sudden, you got a camp, and then now 1 week later, you got a real battle with the police.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm sure like some of these like spring, okay, they want to have a rally in the afternoon. Okay, that's fine. But then like I said, like
It's
a few
over.
decide, yeah, that's it. But then a few decide to stay overnight, pitch a few tents, and then the next day there's a few more, and then
Even that-
Yeah.
even
and
that
then
it's a
3 days
mess.
later you got an armed camp, and then 1 week later you got the brawl for all.
Yeah, I get all that. Say you're getting a big people, and I don't like when they're setting up camps and all that. But but then when they not letting people come into school, it's like, no, you're not going to school today.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's not cool.
we own it now. No, you don't.
Yeah,
I'm
basically.
I'm a student. I'm either paying tuition or my parents are paying tuition. Get the fuck out of the way. Let me get to my classroom. Let me get to the library. Let me get to the food hall. Fuck you.
I bet you a lot of these people are probably not even students from the
They're
school.
not. I tell you,
They're not.
But
Yeah,
if they were, and they were paying their own
Their
tuition,
own way.
Yeah.
I bet they wouldn't be. Because some of these schools are very expensive colleges. I bet they wouldn't be doing that if they're paying $90,000 a year or $100,000 a year for school. I bet you they wouldn't be doing that. I mean, the percentage would be, hey, you know what? I'll do it after I graduate or something. Or that's a lot of money, unless somebody's paying for their schooling and they can just say, somebody's paying for me anyway.
If their parents are paying for them, what do they care?
You can even run the risk of you getting kicked out of school, right?
Yeah. Why do you think they wear masks?
Yeah.
So they don't know, or they don't want to talk on when there's live people there,
Yeah.
news people. Hey, can I ask
Yeah.
you? No.
No.
Nope. I was like, what the hell? You're here
Yeah,
protesting?
Well,
Don't you want your voice heard?
what's your name? What's your thing? Leave me alone.
It's
Yep.
embarrassing. This is embarrassing. The U.S. of A.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's happening.
Where's my?
But like I
flag
said, a lot of the people probably don't even attend
at?
that school.
Flag. Hold on.
No, it's the mayor of New York said that about Columbia. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, what was the thing? Like, a lot of these are outside agitators. They come in,
Yep.
and believe me, when the police move in, they're the first one to scamper out the back.
Yep.
And
They come in and rile up the crowd, and then they bail.
as Che or Castro said, they call them useful idiots.
Mm-hmm.
You watch that X-Men movie, I think the third one, when they're fighting in San Francisco, and Magneto, they're going to storm this facility, and all these mutant runs, and Magneto holds back with his, main henchman, and they have that weapon that cures the mutant gene or whatever.
Yep.
So they're like shooting them down, and what does Magneto say? In chess, that's why the pawns go first. Believe me.
Yeah, they rile up
The people who were writing, the kids who got knocked around by the cops, the people who were writing them up, and you're doing it for this, and you're heroes. They're the first one out the back and scampering away. Onto the next college,
Yep.
And they get what they want, In their minds, poor little students getting beat up by the mean police. So you gotta know what you're watching. It's just like it's a show, and you gotta know what you're watching. If you want to believe in them, you'll believe. Oh yeah, these mean cops taking out these poor college kids, but it's all an act. And next week, It's like a reality show. Next week, new campus, new beatdown.
It's just, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to see that stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
What the protesting. Okay, they're protesting. They don't like how a war's going or who's helping who. Look, I don't like people getting killed either and all that, but
hold your demonstrations.
We're not in a war.
Give your opinion. That's it. Let people live their lives. Some people aren't going to care.
And
some people are just going to follow it on the news, and that's it. They'll have their opinion. And that's it. Sorry, no.
Who's at war? Who's at war right now?
Other
Israel.
Yeah, not
Israel.
us.
You know what?
It's happening in our country. The protests. It's like
don't mention any names. It doesn't matter. It's just
my point is we're not even involved, and we probably shouldn't even be. I mean, like I said, I'm not a cold-hearted dude. I don't want people dying anywhere, but everybody's got to take care of themselves some way, somehow, or just I don't know. But it's happening here about all this stuff going on outside of the U.S. And
yeah,
everybody, and then the ones they don't like the U.S. It's like, okay,
no, a lot of them don't.
It's like, why are you even here protesting? Burning the flag, and it's like, dude, if you don't, or chick, or dude, it's okay to live here, though. It must be okay to live here.
They love living here, and they're so brave. We're talking power. We're standing up to powers, and what do they say? Truth to power. Bullshit. Yeah. I mean, they know. They can say whatever they want. I mean, and they try to frame this, this takeover, trespassing, all this stuff, that is just free speech. No, it's not. Okay, if you, like I said, if they have like a 2-hour rally in the quad of the campus, nobody's going to beat you down for that. It's when you take over. It's when you storm buildings and keep people out who have every legal right to be there. That's when you're met with force, and then they start crying.
Well, that's the only way to get it in control, I think. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, because it's gotten so out of control. It's not even. I mean, I know they started arresting people, but there's too many right now. I mean, even for the cops, it's like, I mean, they can get a lot of them, but not. There's like a lot of I'm not talking. There's thousands and thousands of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can put them in I guess you can hold them for 24, 48, whatever, and that's it. I mean, you can't process that many. You have to, figure them out, find some ringleaders, and I mean, most of them who were just camping out are going to be out on the street in a few days. I mean, hours, really.
I mean,
probably let them straight out of the bus, take a picture, and all right, get out of here.
Okay. I don't care for the protesting. I mean, it's out of hand, but like when you're stopping the kids from going to school that don't want no beef in this, and they just want to go to class, that's where it's. I'm trying to think, why would you even keep a kid? They could just say, hey, that's cool, you're protesting, Viva Las Vegas, whatever, but they'd let you go to class. Mm-hmm. I think I would be kind of okay with that. I'd be like, okay, at least you're letting people go to school who want to go to school. But if you're just saying, no, you're not going to school today, and then I got a problem with that, because people like Eddie. Look at Eddie. He had to put his kids through school, and and then the situation he went through with paying your kids to go to school. What do you call it? Alamo, all that stuff. There's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Imagine if that was happening to your kid.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
You're dumping all that money in, and they won't let him go to school, and they say, well, just pay another year, Eddie. You'll be all right.
And it's not like the school's not letting them go to school. It's other people.
Yes, it's not people. Even the school. It's the
it's not like the school said. I mean, okay, we have to close this classroom or this building. Or it
becomes unsafe.
I mean, I get mad when the school gives in. Yeah, okay, well, we're gonna do remote learning now because it's not safe. No, clear these people out and let students, if they want to go to the classroom, go to the classroom.
I just don't understand why the process is doing that. Just just to say that, hey, we control this campus now, or I
Yeah.
wouldn't. Why would the hell? I don't even understand. That's the only reason I can see is be saying, hey, this is our school now.
Yeah.
And
Well, any of these
when this is over, you can
protests,
go back to school.
The thing
Eddie?
they had in Seattle years ago, Chaz or something, that they just took over a neighborhood, and it's I don't know what they're trying to prove. Oh yeah, we can do it better, and yeah, if you listen to the stories from the inside, and believe me, stories are going to come out of these college camps that aren't going to be that flattering to them.
All I can say is whatever they're doing, it's two sides, right? What's going on outside of the U.S.
Mhm.
I mean, let's say one side wins. They say, okay, well, you can't. I mean, it's not. It's whose job is it to fix the problem that they're protesting about? When it comes down to it, the president.
No.
Hey, what are we going to help so and so in the war? Are we going to help these people? We got people protesting these guys, and we're trying to help both, but they don't like that, so we got to pick one or the other.
Sorry, that specific problem, we've been trying to fix it and help fix it since before I was born. Okay, and forget it. I mean, that's
the
for
best.
them.
The best way probably would be not to help either.
Yeah.
Because and then people will still be mad. But I mean, if you help one, imagine the other side; they're going to get all nutsy.
Well, right now, don't worry. Right now, we're helping both. So,
well,
it's that meme. There's rockets from both sides. My tax dollars somehow also my tax dollars. It's
Eddie. What do you think we should do? The silent majority. What should we do over there, Eddie?
Over where the war is?
Everything to calm everybody down, to stop protesting. What would you do as president of the United States? We're calling Eddie, Mr. Eddie from M25, president of the United States. What do you do to settle this whole thing?
Just Just launch all the nukes and end it all.
No.
Humanity had
a show to do, man.
Humans had their chance. You know what? After the 10th anniversary.
What do you suggest? What would you do if you're on TV right now, Eddie, doing what do you call that, Alberto, when you come on TV to
press conference?
Yes, a press conference.
Or a speech.
A speech, a nationwide speech in the U.S. of A.
Address the nation.
Address the nation. There you go.
I think they should send in the National Guard and just clear them out. Get them out of there.
Okay, but what about what's happening? Why they're protesting? They're protesting over the wars outside of the USA. Are you going to do anything? Or are you just going to let it play out the way it's been and just take care of the problem in the U.S.?
The war, I think we should support our allies. I believe that.
But like Alberto said, we're supporting really both, right?
In many ways, yeah.
In a way. But the protesters, there's one side saying, no, don't help them. And the other side is saying, no, don't help them. So it's that's why you got this big mess right now.
Yeah.
So you would clear everybody out with the National Guard
and
just keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully it plays out okay.
What's going on down there is biblical. It's in the Bible.
So what do you do?
Is that what you're going to say?
President Eddie says, I'll read the Bible, whatever the Bible tells me.
No, it's it. Read the Bible, and it says,
Do they let them fight it out? Or what?
No, it's just this has been going on since the beginning of time. Those.
Okay, but what do you? Okay, we know this, and we know there's going to be these fightings if you read the Bible and you believe in the Bible. But you are the main compadre of the United States. You're the president. What do? Do you keep helping both in a low key, and
you just
go out and clean one of them out and knock them out of the world, or
you can't do that because.
But you're sending weapons to one, you're sending weapons to the other, you're sending aid to one, you're sending aid to the other. You're helping, just keeping it going. Basically. When people run out of, when they need more ammo and they need more weapons, who's helping them? When the other one runs out, what do? We help them. So it's just going to keep going.
No, it's not going to keep going because it's going to end at some time. In the end,
it won't end. There'll be a.
It'll end.
Keep helping.
There's going to come a time when all that's going to end, because in the Bible it says,
"Oh well, that
they
bless.
God's going to bless those that bless that country, and it's going to curse those that curse it."
That's biblical.
That's not going to happen anytime soon. So we got to deal with the real world.
You never know.
Okay, let's say that happens.
And in the Bible of the world, I mean, sorry, at the end of one chapter, start of another.
But what I'm saying is, let's say it's not going to happen for a while. I believe it'll happen too, Eddie. I'm all with you with that. But let's say it doesn't, and you keep supplying both of these countries or whatever with things that they need to survive and to fight. And you keep just like giving money to your kid and he's spending it on stuff he shouldn't be, but you keep giving him money to spend it on stuff he shouldn't be. When does it stop? It doesn't, because you're going to keep giving him money to doing the things he should learn not to get, whether he's spending it frivolously or whatever. You know what I mean? Once you stop giving him the money,
I think they should
got to figure it out.
They should go after the people that started the war, the group that started the war. They should go after and try to get rid of them.
Okay, I don't want to put Eddie on the spot because I know your beliefs, and yes, that's all going to happen one day. But right now, what's been happening is we help everybody. That's what we do. We help everybody, and it doesn't stop unless somebody goes, "Hey, you know what? This has got to stop, or we're not going to help no more." Or I don't know how they stop it.
Eisenhower warned us. There are people making money out of this. So,
oh yeah,
and that's Orwell. I think Orwell says it in 1984. Is the objective is not to win the war, it's just to keep the war going.
Oh God, Eddie, we got your homeboy Ramon on. Will you want to read his comment?
Yeah, I believe there's no real answer. It's all about money. There is so much money in this. There isn't one answer. The funny thing is, I'm sick of or Trump, pro Biden, pro left, pro right news flash to all of you. None of them give a fuck about you. They will shake your hand for a vote and forget you in a millisecond. Nobody gives a fuck. So I just get up, go to work, and stay close to my family. That's it.
And that's all you can do.
I kind of agree with that. I think we take care of us.
Yeah.
And
take care of your family and
that's it. I mean, hey,
can't control the rest.
Everybody thinks US of A is the savior of everybody. And that's nice to have that championship belt. But I think that's how wars are started. Oh, you're not going to help us?
Yeah.
Oh, we're in trouble. We started a war and we're in trouble. Or, hey, we need this, we need that. And if we don't help, we're the bad guys.
We picked a fight with a bigger power, and now we're getting our butt kicked. Please help.
Yeah. And,
it just like these students, they decided to pick a fight with, big institutions. And
the
then
institutions, I get it. They don't want to do nothing because they don't want to look bad. Because, like you said, if they go in with the SWAT team and they get beat up or whatever, however it works, then they look like the bad guy. But you're not supposed to go on somebody's property and shut down business like that. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Like I said, go protest on your front yard, your house.
I think a lot of with these, I mean, they see the process of the '60s civil rights protest, and they go, we want to be them, but they don't act like them. What I mean, was it right? If you're a black person, you went to the white soda shop and sat on the counter. They did that, but the cops came and dragged them out. But they didn't fight. They didn't trash the the business,
the establishment.
There is a way to do it, but I mean,
you know what I think we should do? We should go to UCLA
and watch softball.
They already tore up the place, so we gotta wait for the next school.
Oh, we should go to UCLA and watch the softball game.
We'll go to the shop, where we can buy sweaters and hoodies or whatever. That's all we want. We'll just say, hey, we just want to buy a sweater.
Okay.
And see if we have to start fist fighting. And then we could put your YouTube video on that. Alberto's always wanted to do videos on YouTube, right?
The Adventure of the M25 show.
Yeah, you can see Eddie, Alberto, myself, and Lissa fist fighting people for UCLA sweatshirt.
We'll go viral then.
I'll just pick it. We'll pick Eddie up and just throw him in the crowd and see how they beat him up.
You know what? I've seen the videos. We'll just send Eddie. We'll give him an American flag. Have him wear the cape,
Oh,
Go into the crowd, Eddie. Nice knowing you.
Looking like the Macho Man.
Well, we'll give him Hulk Hogan's
No.
music.
I'll head down to the softball diamond.
We'll make him a shirt that says, "Screw both your sides."
Yeah.
Both your protesting sides. We'll just toss them in the middle of the group.
I'll walk to the softball stadium.
Okay, Eddie, and we know you want the softball girls.
The
They'll
funny-
probably beat them up worse.
I'll go sit there and watch softball.
Yeah, they're gonna go. Out of everything that's going on, you want to go watch the softball girls? Let's get them. Let's get Eddie. Let's get this guy.
Yep.
Beat his
No,
ass.
I was talking about the softball team will probably kick his ass.
Oh, okay. Oh, funny. Ramon is on a good one. The funny thing is they will protest but won't pick up and go and try to solve it over there. Exactly.
Yeah.
I get it. A lot of our tax dollars are going to this BS. We are giving aid to these countries when we need help here. I agree. Alberto, that comment shows you're so pro-right. You had to throw your comment that they see the right protest, but they never did all the looting.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You can't even hide it. What do you mean?
What did I
does that
say?
mean?
I was on their side. I said they did it right.
Who did it
You
right?
know, I'm guessing he's talking about the 60s, but I mean,
Oh,
they were in the right. I mean, they were fighting for the right cause, but they didn't destroy stuff.
yeah.
I mean,
Ramon, he didn't say anything about it. They said they protested, right? They didn't burn down cities or loot or all that. They just
I mean,
did it.
it sucks
and
the way
left
they
and
did
they
it, but they knew that the way for them to do it is to be peaceful and show that the other side is just, the way they treat them with water hoses and dogs and all that.
Yeah.
These protesters now, they think they're the same way. Oh, we're just peaceful, and look at these evil police coming beating us up. But when you're blocking access to people to the school, people who don't care, I mean, you can say a march in Selma, maybe inconvenience some people, but it was planned. I'm sure they told people, I don't know. I think Ramon just didn't get the point of my statement, but
yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, if you protest, I mean, that's the freedom of the U.S. of A., right? But I mean, as far as you take it is another story. I mean, once you let it get too out of hand, it's not going to stop until you get somebody or something bigger than that to stop it. Because I even think the police are not big enough to stop how many of these protesters there are. They could come in and get hundreds a day, but there's thousands and thousands around the U.S. of A.
There's not enough police officers.
There's not enough. And, like Alberto did say, one thing is when it starts, okay, keep an eye on it. And before it gets too out of hand, before you can't even handle it, you might get
like I
bit
said,
in the ass because you're not going to be able to handle it.
There's powers to be when behind these big protests, these takeovers, these encampments. It's not it's not your average student. They're there. Because other people manipulate them into believing they're doing something. And like I said, when the shit goes down, those people, the manipulators, the powers, they're out of the way, scampering off to the
I have to take this
to
call.
the next. Okay, Eddie. Eddie taking calls.
Somebody heard him going, Eddie, we heard you on the show. If you were president, that's all you would have to say. You're the leader of our country,
Eddie,
and that's it.
Hey, President Eddie's taking calls from the generals as we speak.
He's on fire up the jets. Or it's his bookie, one of the two. I'll take 1,000 on the Dodgers.
The bookie got mad. We had Scott on the show. Why is he making a bad gambling movie?
He's a hookup. They didn't invite us on there, Eddie. Come on. Look at Eddie's going, yeah, give me 500 on the Dodgers tonight, and
I'll parlay that.
Yeah, we'll just keep it rolling, and if I'm doing good, just keep it going every day.
Let it ride. Give me 100 on red.
He's all, come on, you got to front me. He's all, Eddie, I've been fronting you. You're a little bit in the hole. Look at Eddie's all serious. Come on, man. Just one more bet.
Eddie, you've never lost a bet on Christmas, so Eddie, you've never lost a bet during the M25 show.
There you go. He's like, yeah, I just watched Final Wager, and I think I got that luck. I know it's not Christmas, but it's today.
30,000 on the Dodgers.
Yes, just roll it all on there.
All right, let's end the show while Eddie conducts his business.
All right, we'd like to thank our guest Scott Hamm, Duenas, for coming on our show. He's got a new movie coming out May 7th called Final Wager. You can watch it. What is it called? Exclusively? That's what he said, right? Exclusively on Vudu?
Yeah. VUDU.
VUDU. It's a Vudu is an app. And it'll be, all you do is download the app on your phone or TV, smart TV. And it'll be the exclusive movie of that app. So you'll see it right away. It's called Final Wager.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good phone call for Eddie because he's just been listening. He hasn't been saying anything. So I don't know what's going on there.
He says this Peter Pan ride has changed you, Alberto.
Yeah, okay, get off of that.
Oh, here comes Eddie. Let's see what happened.
I hear a bell ringing. It's back to your cell there.
Eddie, what happened? Are you firing up the jets or what?
Turn on your mic, Eddie.
Turn on the mic, Ed.
No, it's my mechanic.
Oh boy.
I thought it was who's in charge of the military that they check in with the president.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Was that the Joint Chiefs of Staff going, Eddie? We need to do something now.
President Eddie.
Over and under, how many times Alberto looked at me scared on the ride? You guys really went in that Peter Pan together?
I don't know. I do not remember this. So.
Good God.
I'm very sure I went with Nick's girlfriend, and Nick and Ramon held hands.
Oh no! You guys all three were in the same.
No, it was 2 and 2.
So who were you with?
I'm pretty sure I was with Nick's girlfriend.
So why would you be with Nick's girlfriend and Ramon and Nick would be together?
A bromance over there.
Doesn't even make sense. It sounds like Nick should be with his girlfriend and you and Ramon would be on.
No, she knew who the winner was.
Where you get time, I'll tell the real story. All right.
All right.
We need to know what the story is because I can't see Nick not hopping in with his girlfriend, but he'd rather sit with Ramon.
You don't know him and Ramon.
So you remember sitting with the girlfriend of Nick?
I said I don't remember. I'm thinking this is the way it was. Otherwise, I'd be traumatized because even back then, that was a lot of weight on that pirate ship. Okay,
Eddie, what do you think happened? Do you think Alberto was with Nick's girlfriend on the ride, or Nick was with his girlfriend and Alberto was with Ramon? There's 4 people. There's Nick.
It's a kiddie ride, so that you can't. I don't think you can fit 2 adults on it.
No, they only went two in a ride. There's Nick, his girlfriend, and there's Ramon and Alberto. Who do you think paired up, in your opinion?
Alberto and Nick's girlfriend, and then.
You think Alberto went with Nick's girlfriend?
We weren't making out, okay? We're friends. Jesus.
I think they just went on the ride together.
I just don't understand that. If I went to a place with my girlfriend, I'm sitting with my girlfriend. If I want to sit with the dudes, I'm going to say, hey, you're not coming to the Disney with me. Right. I take her to Disneyland and I'm sitting with dudes.
Well, Ramon says he'll be here one day to tell a story. So, maybe we can start a show like an hour later so we can
know what?
Get him during this rec time.
What we're going to do is one day when Nick is available and Ramon, they could both come on together. We'll have both of them on, and we're going to go back in that day, that Disneyland day, and we're going to find out what happened in that dark cave.
Dark cave.
Or whatever, that Disneyland ride. Peter Pan. And
It
Alberto,
is dark in there.
He says he doesn't remember.
What happens in Neverland stays in Neverland.
If I rode a ride with a dude or another guy's girl, I would remember. Alberto doesn't. What do you do it all the time? You riding with chicks all the time?
It was so unimportant. I don't remember.
But how often did you go to Disneyland with these 4 or 3?
I don't know.
A lot of times, hundreds of times.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What do you mean? I'm sorry, I didn't take notes.
Well,
jeez,
Eddie, if you went to Disneyland with me and Alberto, would you be able to count them on one hand?
Yeah, once.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, did you go with them to Disneyland like hundreds of
I don't
times or
I'm
20
sure,
times?
even if it won, we went to Disneyland. Give me the date.
Okay.
Okay, you don't remember. You remember you went.
Okay, but
Do you
what I'm
remember?
saying is,
Do
did
you
you go with
remember?
did you go with them multiple times where you
I
could have
don't
said,
know.
"Oh, I don't remember. We
Oh.
we went all the time, so we always change
It
partners."
doesn't matter if it's one time.
Okay, me, you, and my wife and my son went to Disneyland once,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
now explain the whole day. What rides did we go on?
I didn't go on any rides. You went on rides with
Yeah.
Matt. You
Which
went on a Toy Story ride or something, and I didn't want to
Buzz
go
Lightyear. And
because I
think
got out of line or something to go to the bathroom or something, and
yeah,
you guys made it in. But I remember. I mean, we
No,
were gonna go on we were gonna go on
and-
Matterhorn, but it was something happened and broke.
Actually, and that's the only thing I remember because I think you brought your son back and you had to get him in line and you
Yeah,
stayed
but-
out, and that's really it. I don't remember anything else.
But I remember.
Okay. I don't remember. I mean, that's the only, I don't remember the ride. I don't remember the score. I'm sorry. I guess I should have been taking every one of my visits
No.
with somebody.
Okay, it would
I
be
better
like-
take detailed notes.
It would be like this. Say me, my wife, and my kid went to Disneyland with Alberto, right, Eddie?
And it
And I
happened one
was just
time.
riding rides with Alberto.
Mm-hmm.
I would remember.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would because that would be
Okay,
the talk when I
it-
got home, going, "Man, you didn't even ride a ride with me. You were with your friend Alberto the whole time." I don't know.
Whatever.
I remember we
I mean,
ate. I remember I only went once. I remember we went on the haunted. I remember everything because I don't go that often. If we
I
went all
remember
the
the haunted-
time, if we
I
went
remember
all
the
the
haunted
time,
house.
huh?
Yeah, okay, now I remember the haunted house. I forgot about it, but now you reminded me.
You know how I
Something
remember
happened.
is because
How?
I only go once every 20 years. So when I do
Okay.
go, I remember.
Well, I go a lot, so
That's why I
that was
asked.
but I don't know how many times I went with those four. I know I went with Nick and his friends. Another time, and I think Ramon was part of that. I don't remember. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna get Nick on, and we're gonna get Ramon, and
Okay, you know,
we're gonna
and
battle
they
this
and they
People's
can
Court.
tell this. They can tell this story.
Yes, and I think the truth's gonna come out, Eddie.
Ramon, I'm sure you think you're telling 1 or 100 billion% of the truth. Okay, I'm not saying. I just don't remember.
Okay, so if Nick comes on and tells the story like Ramon
Nick-
said, will you finally
Nick-
say okay?
Nick asked me to go because he didn't want Alberto to go alone. I go alone all the time. He's like, okay, I have an extra ticket. Sorry, podcast folks, that killed the music. Alberto looked nervous as hell as he was all by himself. Fuck you. I go by myself all the time. How can I be nervous as hell? Okay, now this story's going to bullshit.
Hey, what is Alberto? Is the you're the prosecutor and the
I'm
client?
reading
You're
his
everything.
statement. He goes that I look nervous. I went with Nick and his girlfriend, the three of us, plenty of times, like 3-4 times. Okay, I wasn't nervous.
Okay, calm. Hey, we're gonna
Whoa,
have
whoa,
to
he-
settle
whoa.
this. We're gonna settle this in the M25 show court.
I was trying to make this guy laugh. I thought he was a serial killer, to be honest.
Oh God, no.
I guess this was the day we first met. So
Oh my gosh, Eddie, we're gonna get this show set up where we're gonna have both of the
Yeah, we'll
the
have that.
defendants or the plaintiffs. I don't even know what to call. What is Ramon and Nick gonna be? The plaintiffs? Yeah, they're the plaintiffs
yeah. I
because
guess
they're
so.
saying something happened and Alberto's going, no.
We'll get it from the horse's mouth.
We're gonna get it
Ramon.
from somebody's mouth.
Ramon says, "Perfect. When Nick's available, I will go. I will
talk
go,
about
and
it.
we will talk about it. The
Okay.
shit's gonna be comedy. Okay.
We're gonna start working on it today. I'm gonna see when everybody's available. We're gonna get dates down for the future. And
That's what I'm
then-
saying. Let me make it clear for the last time. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I will. Yes, the four of us went. I do not remember this ride. I don't remember all his BS that I was holding his hand or all this
Okay.
bullshit. Okay, I don't
Hey.
remember going on the ride.
Hey,
If he has a picture, that's
hey, we're going to trial. You wait till we get to court. You can,
Let me.
don't
Eddie,
be defending yourself.
Eddie, you'll be my lawyer.
Eddie, you want to
Okay.
be Alberto's a lawyer?
I'll be
He's
his,
gonna need a good one. That's what I'm thinking.
sorry.
I'll be his defense attorney.
Eddie Cochran. All right, we're gonna have a good show. This is gonna be the court show.
And after this, Ramon gets banned from the show.
Well, we got to see what the ruling is. If the ruling goes with Nick and Ramon, Ramon and Nick from Vegas, you can't ban them just because they won, right, Eddie? If they
Right.
win,
That's right.
and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be fair, Alberto. I'm gonna hear Eddie out. I'm gonna
Eddie.
hear who's gonna be Ramon's attorney, Nick.
They're representing themselves.
Nick is going to be the attorney. Then hey, I favor you. I shouldn't favor nobody, but Nick up trying to defend people.
So it'll be the second episode of the M25 People's Court.
It'll be the jury.
All right, we'll get this set up, and we'll get down to the bottom nitty gritty of this story of people writing Peter Pan, right, and how they came out.
All right,
all right, we're gonna get out of here.
2-hour show, man.
Yeah, so we can make up from the week we lost. Oh, I gotta talk to you guys after the show. Let me see here. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to put the banners up. Oh well, time to go. We'll see you guys next week. Same time.
Naturalwonders.com. 25% off when you use the code M25 show. The M25 show.
Yes. 25% off, Eddie.
Listening to the podcast in the show description. Watching us, go to the M25show.com. Like right behind me, go to the sponsors link. You'll find it there.
Yeah, said it all just like that, huh?
Pro.
Look at I'll even do this. I don't even know how to do it. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys.
I actually wrote a script. If we had time.
Well, okay, next week we're gonna go with a new commercial. It's gonna be spread all over the U.S. of A. And not outside the U.S. of A. because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. But we'll stick with the USA because Natural Wonders is made in the U.S. of A.
Ramon, suck my dick.
What do you say?
Natural Wonders, Alberto and Ramon with Peter Pan. I gave him my Captain Hook.
Oh, God. Hey, don't be missing our sponsors into there. They hear this stuff, they're going to bail out on us.
Oh, there's yours.
Oh. Eddie's bet went in. Just find a wager. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll see you next Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Same place, same channel. And podcast, go to the M25show.com for all your M25 show information.
It's my final wager for today.
All right. Good job, Eddie. Keep betting.
Memories in high school flames. Some good, some bad. Can you remember their names? Light up a smoke on Pomona Street with the long hair rockers. Oh, the memories. Classic cars, big tits and bars. Drinking all night like rock and roll stars. When I play that song, don't it take you back?